This Hangout on Air is live. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry, we're 15 minutes behind time, but we're back. Me and David, we are back for another episode of Talk Tuesday. So, yes, you're with me, Nadia, from Kuala Lumpur, and let me introduce you to my wonderful co-host, David. Whoops.
Yeah, my name is David Sarche, a.k.a. David Chu, a.k.a. Asian Dave, and I'm coming all the way, I'm airing live all the way from Escondido, California. It's 8:15 a.m. where I'm at.
It's super early. I know for a fact that David's been awake since 6 a.m.
Yeah. Well, we're still
See how
trying to get used
dedicated
to
he is.
the different time change.
We are.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
headache.
and as you guys can tell, we're trying something new today. Nadia posted a phone number on the bottom of the screen for you guys to call. You guys could call in and talk to us, or you guys can also talk to us through the Q&A session too.
Exactly.
So there's a couple ways you guys can get involved.
Because we really, really want you to be involved.
Exactly. So make sure you call that number right there on the bottom.
And in case you can't read it, it's 760-708-2835. So get dialing. But that's not Malaysia, so don't worry. You won't be charged a huge international call rate.
Yeah, that's actually a California time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So anyway, David, for some odd reason, your camera is still not working.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it off and you'll just be talking to the Taiwan flag.
I think that's better than talking to the black flag.
Yeah. So yeah.
So
All right.
I'll let you start
All right.
introducing your articles.
All right. I actually have a few in crazy NASCAR news. I'm not a NASCAR fan, so I don't really know who this guy is, but apparently a lot of other people like who watch NASCAR do. Tony Stewart, he's a famous NASCAR driver. He's recently been accused of murdering another racer. And from what I seen on the video that they showed, um,
Mm-hmm.
the other racer, like something happened where his car, like he lost control and drove into the wall or something, and his car stopped working. He tried revving his engine like a couple times and it wouldn't start back up. And he got out of the car, walked into the track, and was trying to wave. I think it looked like he was trying to wave down another racer, or maybe he was trying to wave down Tony Stewart because Tony Stewart was coming up behind him. And I think he was trying to wave him down, and it was dark, and Tony Stewart didn't see him until he got closer, and he tried swerving out of the way, but it was already too late. He accidentally hit him
Oh
and ran him over and
gosh.
killed him upon impact. Yeah, and there's people that are trying to say that Tony Stewart actually swerved into him and killed him. So I mean, that's like speculation. I think that's a far stretch. I don't think,
It's
based
a
on what
what?
I seen anyways, I think it's a far stretch to claim that he did it on purpose. I
Yeah.
honestly, I think, I think he I believe he's innocent, and like I'm gonna keep that judgment until further evidence is revealed. Like they're doing the investigation right now, and
Okay.
uh, yeah, honestly, I don't see why Tony Stewart would have any kind of motive to murder that guy.
Yeah. I mean, was that guy like cheating with his wife or something? Dating his daughter? I don't know who Tony Stewart is, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So I probably have this all wrong, but you gotta have a motive for murder. You don't just go killing someone. But
exactly.
on a
Unless you're
race,
completely crazy.
yes, unless you're totally crazy. But on a racetrack, I mean, if you're going at that kind of speed, anything can happen, and you just can't control. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe the other person was in a blind spot and he just couldn't see it.
Yeah. And the thing is, like the way I feel like about it, the guy was if the guy like this guy come across as really heartless, but he was
Mhm.
dumb enough to get out of his car and walk into the middle of the track. So what else did
Mhm.
he expect to happen? Like honestly, I feel bad for the guy's family, but I
Yeah.
don't feel bad for him because
Actually, mhm.
he kind of brought it on himself by getting out of the car and thinking he could wave someone down or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, there was a case, because my sister sometimes locums at the Sepang International Circuit. Because, as you know, she's a doctor, so she's there in the medical center. And then there was this one time, I think she wasn't working, but several of her friends or her team were. And what happened was the this was a motorcycle race, and
hmm,
the one of the cyclists hit another cyclist and also hit the marshal, and the marshal died on impact.
what?
Yes, but this was an accident. This really was an
Oh my
accident.
gosh. Yeah, that right there is tragic. But I
Mm.
mean, like I know um like say like if I was trying to jaywalk, if I tried running across the highway and a car just like
Mm.
smacked me, that would be my fault that I
Yeah.
got hit by the car because I was dumb enough to try and jaywalk and run across the highway. Like
Mm.
in the same sense, in a NASCAR race, those cars are going so much faster
Super
than
fast.
a car on a freeway is. So the
Yes.
fact like it'd be common sense like not to get out of his car. Because what did he expect was going to happen when he got out of his car? Oh, I'm going to wave someone down and they're going to stop for me? No, they're going so fast that they can't stop. Not
They
right
can't.
away. Like,
Yep.
so quite frankly, I put the blame solely on him. Like, I don't put any blame on Tony Stewart. Like, it was in my mind, he is completely innocent. It was an accident, and
It
honestly, I
was
don't
an
think he should be
accident.
charged. Yeah, he shouldn't be
So
charged with murder.
right now, who is thinking of charging him with murder? Is it the race team, or is it just
I think it's just
random
yeah.
commentators?
I think it's just random
About
commentators or like fans and stuff. I know
right.
I got into that discussion with my friend Joe
Mm-hmm.
because Joe thinks that um, Tony Stewart's partly to blame, and he says that because Tony Stewart has a history of being a hothead and getting into fights and stuff. I'm like, so just because
But
he's a hothead,
not.
that doesn't mean he's gonna be a murderer.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just suddenly lose your temper and drive into somebody. Plus, you're already
Yeah.
driving. So when did he get into a fight with that person? Or did I miss something?
No, he just said that he's gotten into fights before. He's been known to get into fights. But getting into a fight with someone and actually wanting to murder someone are two. It's like I don't see how you can make that connection. Like
Yeah.
if I wanted to kill every single person I got into a fight with, I I'd probably be a serial killer.
And you'd probably be locked up for life several times over.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's just I don't know. I don't think he did anything wrong. It was an accident, and I don't. And I strongly believe that you're innocent until proven guilty.
Right,
So
yes.
until they actually come up with some conclusive evidence, like some definitive evidence that proves
Hmm.
beyond reasonable doubt that he murdered the guy, he
Yeah.
should nothing should happen to him.
Yeah.
Like, and the fact that there's this controversy proves that there is reasonable doubt. As
Of
long as that
course.
controversy remains, there's always going to be doubt. So
Exactly.
yeah,
And
exactly.
also,
So
unless they find out that he was driving under influence or something, which is probably not very likely for a racer, not at that point in time. I mean, I don't know.
yeah,
It's a tragic thing to have happened to the other guy who passed away, and I'm
Yeah.
sure his family are grieving, but let's
Yeah. My
not.
prayers definitely go out for his family. I feel bad for
Yeah,
his family.
of course.
But yeah, so once again, I'd just like to
Mhm.
remind everybody, all our viewers, that to call the number, my phone is on right now. So you call that number right now. You can talk to us via
There it
telephone,
is.
or you can send us questions in the Q&A section too.
Just click that Q&A button. Actually, I've never tried the Q&A thing. I should try on someone else's Hangout and see how it works.
I've tried it before. I forgot. Oh, because I was doing it when a couple of weeks ago when it was you and you had Joe as the guest
Oh
on.
yeah, exactly. We did.
Yeah, I like you just click on the Q&A. You just click on the Q&A part on the video, and it opens
Hmm.
up. It takes you to Google Plus, and then you're watching the video, and you just ask your questions there.
There we go. It's not that hard. All right,
Yeah,
coming
it
back.
really is. Yeah. Or if you don't want to, if you don't feel like typing because you're lazy, just call the number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you can't see it, it's 760-708-2835. I don't know how you wouldn't be able to see it, but just in case. Like
Just in case.
Alright.
But there, I'll
Yeah,
put it on the
so
screen.
yeah, and it's in big letters too, so that's why I'm saying I don't know how you wouldn't be able to see it. Good. So, in sad news, Robin Williams
Sad
was
news.
found whoa. Yeah, Robin
Yes.
Williams was found dead at the age of 63, and it's a suspected suicide.
It's just a suspected suicide, right? They haven't found out anything conclusive yet.
Well, they died of I'm gonna butcher this word, asphyxiation. I can't say that word.
Oh, asphyxiation, okay.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, he was found strangled. Like he was found like I think they said he was found
Oh.
hanging. So like
Oh
they're saying they
no.
think he hung himself. They're not. They don't think
Seriously?
anybody murdered him. Yeah, they don't think anybody murdered him because who would want to murder Robin Williams? Honestly,
No,
like
he's
he
such a
was
nice
probably
guy.
exactly. He was like probably one of the only Hollywood stars that every single person loved. Like not even the
Yes.
paparazzi wanted to like tarnish his reputation.
No, he was just such a nice guy, such a great sense of humor, and everything became a joke.
Exactly. So they think he like had like a drug overdose or something, or and he was no, because they know like he was struggling with a lot of depression, and
Yes, I read about that.
yeah,
Severe
and he
depressions, and I think he had a bit of a problem with drugs and alcohol at one point, but he was
yeah,
supposed to have been getting treatment or something.
yeah, and it's definitely a tragedy. It caught me by surprise. Like I saw it on the news yesterday. I was like, what? Robin Williams?
I saw it on my Facebook news feed, and I was like, somebody posted a picture of Robin Williams and kind of like rest in
Oh,
peace or something, and I was like, wait, you kidding me? Shut up! No, that's not true. And I like scrolled some more, and there were more, and I was like, okay, hit Google. Google is Robin Williams alive, and I was like, no, he passed away. And I was like,
yeah,
I think the shock hasn't worn off yet. Kind of like the same reaction I had when I heard Whitney Houston died and Michael Jackson died, and I'm probably gonna feel
yeah,
a little emotional for the rest of the week. But yeah, when I actually sat down and read the article about Robin Williams, because I thought, we could talk about it today, and it just made me even more sad, and I feel like crying. It's like very close to tears, but okay.
yeah.
Did
No,
you
I
know?
felt the same.
Oh, did you know that Robin Williams is the voice of Genie in Aladdin, Disney's Aladdin?
Yeah,
I actually only found out today. Duh! I
really?
watched that video like so many times and I never knew. How could I not know?
Yeah, I knew that like but I love like Disney movies, so like I'm obsessed with Disney movies, so I found that out like a long time ago.
Right. I am obsessed with Disney movies. Like I followed almost each and every one of them, but I
Yeah.
guess because they're
I don't
animation, so I don't know who the actors and the actresses behind the cartoon is.
I don't like it like a lot of the new Disney movies that they've been coming out with lately. I like the classic Disney movies like Snow White and Lion
Hmm.
King. A Bug. Oh, that's Pixar.
That's
I do like a
Pixar.
Bug Life. Yeah.
That was alright. I'm
Yeah.
more
There's.
Disney.
I like Disney and Pixar. I'm kind of torn
Um,
between the two. They both have my love.
Did you watch Maleficent last a couple of months ago? I
Oh no,
think.
I want to go see that. I didn't get the chance to
You
though.
have to see it. If it's not in the
Yeah,
theaters anymore, go look for it online or something.
yeah. I think the last movie I went to go see was
Hmm?
it was called God's Not Dead. No, it was called America by this guy named Dinesh D'Souza.
No, don't remember that one. But then I'm not really a movie buff, so I'm a little out of
Well,
touch with the movies.
yeah, I don't think that movie went worldwide, anyways. I think it was just here in America,
Oh,
because it's
okay.
pretty much he's just pretty much talking about America and clearing up a lot of like the historical misconceptions that people have of America and
Uh-huh.
everything. And then he's critiquing Obama in the doc. It's a
Okay.
documentary. Yeah, and like
Right.
like he's from India.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean
Very
his name's
interesting.
Dinesh D'Souza.
Dinesh D'Souza. Is he mixed?
No, he's full-blood
Sure.
Indian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, like dot Indian, not feather.
Okay, gotcha.
Like I could say that like because he's Asian, so
Mm, yep.
Asians Asians can say racist things about each other.
Exactly. It's like that video. I think who did it? Superwoman. One Love Superwoman. Do you know? She's kind of a YouTube
Oh
person.
yeah, I love Superwoman.
Yeah, Lily. And I think she had a video once about that. There was her and a Chinese boy, and they were like fighting with each other and saying all sorts of racist things. And then this European or West, I guess you could say European guy comes along and says to take their fight elsewhere, and then they just and said something which was, I mean, something that they said to each other, and then they just turn on him together. So it was
That
really
is
funny.
true. That's how
Yeah.
it is. Like that's why
Yes.
I think it's funny. Like whenever I don't like calling white people Caucasians because I think that's a stupid
Mm-hmm.
word. So I just say white people. Like, but I
It
think it's
confuses
funny.
me
Well,
because I
yeah,
keep
because
thinking that they're Asians, but
yeah,
Caucasians are European or Westerners, like proper Westerners, and I'm like, wait,
yeah,
but they're Caucasian?
exactly. I guess it's supposed to mean because they came from the Caucasoid Mountains or something like that. But
Uh,
I just think it's stupid.
hmm.
I'm like, no, you're white. But no, I think it's funny. Like whenever I see like a white person, because I
Mhm.
know, um, like I talk a lot about like Japanese culture, like because I
Uh-huh.
don't really like Japanese culture. So
I
like
kind
white
of
people would
sense that.
always like, oh yeah, so like white people would like always like get on me about that and be like, oh, that's so wrong, and blah blah blah. Like you do realize that you're a white person getting on me for not liking Japanese culture when Japanese people don't like Chinese culture either. And
Mhm.
if they were to, and if like they would probably like me and a Japanese person would probably side with each other against a white person before we'll side with the white person. Like,
Yeah. Yes. It
it's,
normally
it's
happens that way.
exactly, and because yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against like individual Japanese
Mhm.
people. But when it comes, I just don't like the culture. That's all.
Right.
Like, I mean, I could be really good friends with Japanese people though, because I know a lot of Japanese people who are really cool.
Mm. I don't know
Like,
any Japanese people. They're hard to find in
really?
Malaysia.
Oh
Yep.
wow. It's kind of they're all over the place. Well, there's not that many here in America, but well, certain parts of America you could definitely find a lot more Japanese people, especially if you go to Hawaii. If you go to Hawaii,
Oh,
from what I hear, there's like tons of like. I was actually talking to
seriously?
one of my yeah, I was talking to one of my Korean friends, and we were
Uh-huh.
joking about we were saying like Hawaii, like all the Japanese people they didn't want to go all the way to America, so they just went to Hawaii and they just like stopped there. All the Chinese people.
Hawaii, kawaii.
Yeah, all the Chinese people like migrated to California and just stopped there. All the Koreans
Okay.
went all the way to like New York and they just stopped
Uh-huh.
there. Like and like they settled in New York and all the other Asians just kind of just like scattered all throughout America.
That's kind of funny. You can like plot them on the map. This is Korean area, this
Yeah.
is Japanese area, and this is Chinese area. And the rest of the
Well, it is.
Asians are everywhere.
That's definitely what it seems like. Because if you go anywhere else in America,
Mhm.
like you'll see Asian people, but it's very sporadic. But if you go
Right.
to like California, like you'll see like tons and tons of Chinese. Like, and then if you go to New York, you'll see tons and tons of
Mm.
Koreans. And if you go to Hawaii, you'll
Right.
see tons and tons of Japanese. So it's like, huh, what's really going on here?
They've made a second home.
Yeah, exactly. And I've only met like one other person, like a Malaysian that was here in
Mhm.
America, and she was in Colorado. She
Oh,
actually went
okay.
to my school. Yeah, she went to my
Cool.
school. She worked at the coffee shop there, so I would talk to her all the time. She was a really short girl too.
We're quite petite, us Malaysian girls.
She was like she was adorable though. She'd be working all like really fast and
Mm.
everything, and she was just she wouldn't stop. She was like a little Energizer bunny.
Ah, one of those.
Yeah. I was like that like she made me tired just watching her.
I've kind of heard
Yeah.
that before.
Well, I had a club at my school. Like I started a pro life club. So
All right.
we would have our booth set out in the rotunda like once a week, and
Okay.
it was right across from the coffee shop. So I mean, I would
Uh-huh.
see her there all the time. And then she'd always come
Oh.
over because we didn't have like a baby display, and she would come over.
Oh.
She'd want to pick up our baby display, or like the little babies.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, like that actually
Was she
got a lot
like
of.
a proper Malay or Chinese Malaysian or
Oh no,
Indian Malaysian?
she was a Malay.
Malay. Okay.
Yeah, like
Cool. You know, I just found out that I have cousins in California. What?
really?
San Joaquin? Is it?
San Francisco?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Oh
She
nice.
actually, I think she works for the election board or something like that.
Oh wow.
And
How'd you find this out? You just.
I met her during a family gathering last Saturday.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so she's probably in the States right now because her flight was today.
That's cool. Like
Yeah,
that'd be interesting if I like ran into her.
I know.
Be like, I know your
Would
cousin.
be. I talked to her online. Which is
Exactly.
super
She'll be
funny.
like, what? And then
Yeah.
I'll tell her about the show and then get her to come watch.
She's a lot older than me though. She's more senior.
Oh,
hmm
okay. So she probably
It's
wouldn't be interested.
really funny because uh, on my mother's side, I am the eldest granddaughter. So everyone else is like younger than me. And on my
Uh,
father's side, I have nieces and nephews that are about my age. It's like totally confusing.
Yeah, that does sound kind of confusing,
Mhm. But it's
especially because
okay.
I don't know, like, cause like I just talking to you, like I keep on thinking that you're like 24, 23.
I think a lot of people think that too. So when I go shopping in the mall, it's always those younger boys who'll be like, "Hey, hi."
Oh really?
Yeah. I'm
See, I
like,
would take that as a
hmm.
compliment though, because you look younger, like you like hope like you still have that youthfulness about you.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
felt that I lost my sparkle, so I'm trying to find it again. Sparkle, where are you?
Alright, I think we got way off topic. Where
Yes,
was
we
I?
did. Let's
Oh,
get
Robin
back.
Williams. So Robin, okay, so yeah, rest in peace, Robin Williams. You're gonna be
Rest in
missed.
peace.
Yeah, I
And to
actually feel
Robin
like I want to
Williams'
go.
family, mm, be strong.
Yeah,
We all
actually,
feel
I
it.
actually feel like I want to go on a Robin Williams binge now and just watch all his movies
I
again.
think that's probably what's going to happen. A lot of people would probably do that because I had this thought that I'm going to look up Aladdin and listen to Robin Williams' voice again.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Hmm.
thinking about doing that, but first I have to save up some money to do that. Because his movies,
Oh,
his movies are probably gonna be really expensive now. Oh,
yeah.
speaking about Robin Williams, okay, like so
Okay.
I just recently, like just this morning, I seen a Facebook page. Someone
Uh-huh.
created this page. It's awful that someone would even think to do this, but the
Okay.
Facebook page is called it has a picture of Robin Williams. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
side by side picture. It shows Robin Williams on one side and Mrs. Doubtfire on the other, and it says
Okay.
the Facebook page is. I kind of don't want to mention the name because I don't want to give it publicity, but I'm
Yeah.
going to just because people need to be. I want people to know about this. But the
Okay.
Facebook page is called oh, Robin Williams deserved what he got or something like that.
What?
Yeah,
That's so mean.
it is. It is completely awful. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, what in the world? At first, I wasn't gonna click on it. I was gonna ignore it,
Mm-hmm.
but then I was like, my curiosity got the better of me.
Of course,
So I
yeah.
clicked on it just to see what this was about.
Uh-huh.
And the first post that I see said, I support WBC. And
What's
WBC, I don't
WBC?
know if I'm if I'm understanding it correctly, WBC is the
Uh,
Westboro Baptist Church.
oh, but
Yeah.
and they are linked to. They are the ones who own that Facebook page or something.
I have no
That's
idea. Well,
so odd.
the post said I support WBC.
Oh,
So if
ah,
he supports WBC, that makes sense why he would make some stupid. I'm thinking it is some member of that church that made that page because I honestly don't see anybody
ah.
outside that church supporting that church.
Okay. I don't really know about that church because you know how we're not that exposed to it here.
No, that makes sense. Like that church is it's awful. Like the things that they do. I could send you a link sometime about some of the things that they do. Like they pick at
Hmm.
soldiers' funerals,
They
and
what?
they just do all. Yeah, they pick at soldiers' funerals,
Oh, okay.
protest at their funerals, and they call them like baby murderers and stuff like that. And
Oh.
um, yeah, like they do all kinds of things. They call them fags and homosexuals. Well, because like they say that um if you support the gay agenda, then you're a fag too, and
They sound
they're saying all these
extreme.
yeah, and they say all these like horrible things about America itself.
Mhm.
They say that God's gonna judge America for its atrocities, for um like just all kinds of just crazy things. And what
Mhm.
makes me more mad about them is because they claim to come from the denomination that I belong to. They claim to be
Oh.
Calvinists.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
I'm like, you're not Calvinists. You're not Reformed. Like, stop claiming that.
Yeah.
But
It's like you're giving. our faith a bad name. Stop it.
Exactly, and it's just really sad. And then so I saw this page.
Mhm.
Like, whoever made that page, they should be ashamed of themselves. They really should. Like,
Definitely, yeah.
Robin Williams is. I mean, I would say be saying this if it was anybody. If they made this page about anyone that just died, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying Robin Williams is probably one. I wouldn't say he was the best actor, but he was one of the best, and he was
Mhm.
also the most genuine person. He was just a genuine human being.
Yeah.
And the thought that anybody would make a page like this just to slander him, like it's quite pathetic, really.
It is. It's. I mean, you don't get anything out of it. What are you venting right now? Like, why would you do that? And to someone who's
I
passed away?
I think they're doing it just for attention, shock value, pretty much.
Probably. You know, everybody starts Googling Robin Williams and searching on Facebook for a page, anything related to Robin Williams. So I guess
That
maybe they
page is
want to,
gonna show up.
yeah.
And they know that that page is going to generate publicity. I mean, we're
Mhm.
obviously right here talking about it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be other people
Yeah,
talking about it. Like,
of
I was
course.
conflicted about whether or not I should bring it up because I didn't want to bring that page publicity. But
You know what we should do? We should all go to that page and report it.
yeah,
And
I think we should.
take some action on it.
Yeah, go to the page, or we could just go to that page and just troll them.
Nah, trolling doesn't solve anything.
That's
We'll
true.
come
It'd
back
be
to you.
fun. It'd be fun though.
Come on, David. Troll
That's
them with
my
an anonymous account.
That's true. That's my vindictive side speaking, I guess.
We all have it in us. I
Yeah.
understand. I wanted to scratch someone's car really badly. Mm.
Really? Have
Yes.
you seen? You know who
But I
Carrie
didn't.
Underwood is? You know who Carrie
Sorry?
Underwood is?
I
You
know
know
she
who
has that
Carrie?
song, Before He Cheats, right?
Yeah, that's what you
Where she
reminded
totally
me of.
trashed that guy's car.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that video. I was like, dang, crazy.
I know. Yeah, sometimes I feel that way, although I don't look it, but yeah,
Yeah, you look
there's.
very peaceful and serene. Like, you don't look like you have an anger bone in your body.
Ooh. Don't see me when I'm hungry. You know, there was this
Oh,
picture on Instagram or somewhere. My sister sent it to me. Basically, it says, "Forgive me for all the things that I said or did in hunger,"
oh yeah, you
which
told me about
really
that.
applies to me. I like totally become a other monster when I'm hungry. It only
Yeah,
happens when I'm hungry.
I remember you told me about that last week. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to send you the Snickers bar commercial.
Oh
I'll actually
yeah, you can send it to me later,
I'll send you the
or you
Snickers
just can
bar.
put it in.
Yeah, I'll send you the Snickers bar commercial with Robin Williams in it.
You're gonna make me cry. I only have this
Oh,
many tissues right now. Not
oh
much.
no. No, it's really funny though.
Okay then,
Yeah,
I
it
will
is. It's
watch
really funny. All
it.
right. Just for Robin Williams.
Just for Robin Williams. You know I love you.
Yeah. Yeah. We all love him.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I just lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something, but I just forgot. Anyways, I'll move on to the next story.
Okay.
So, in YouTube news,
YouTube, alright?
yeah, Fung Bros, the Fung Bros, like I'm subscribed to them. There's a couple people that I love them. They're Chinese, so I gotta
Okay.
rep my Chinese culture right now.
Okay.
the The Fung Bros went to the world famous VidCon. It's a YouTube convention. I didn't even know that there was a YouTube convention.
They have that. They have the
Yeah,
VidCon and the KCon and the whatever, some
yeah.
Irish con thing.
The only one that I knew about was the Comic Con.
Okay. Is
But
that the one that happened in
yeah,
your state recently?
in California, in San Diego. Like I just
Mhm.
found out about the Comic Con like just like a couple weeks ago actually.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, but so they went to the YouTube convention
Okay.
and they interviewed a bunch of different people about they're just that they're like they wanted to know if there was a difference between the Asian mainstream YouTube and the
Okay.
white mainstream YouTube.
Wait, the
So
Asian what? YouTube?
yeah, like the mainstream Asian like community on YouTube and the
Oh,
white
okay.
community on YouTube. And
All
like
right.
they interviewed different people and what they found out was none of the white people knew any of the Asian YouTubers that are famous and none of the
Oh,
Asian people knew of any of the white YouTubers that are famous.
okay. Wait, pause.
Like
So, were the people who were interviewed actually the YouTubers or YouTube viewers?
there are YouTube viewers, and maybe maybe
Oh,
maybe
okay.
some of them were actual YouTubers too, but I think they're pretty much predominantly YouTube viewers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. But
yeah, and
but I know both. Where do I fit in? Not Asian, not white.
maybe you just fit in the middle.
Malaysian. I'm a
you're
Malaysian, that's why.
yeah you're an anomaly.
I just threw the normal distribution out the window.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting though because it got me thinking. I mean, because I never thought about it, but yeah, like there are like I guess quote unquote clicks on YouTube.
Yes,
But
I have noticed that.
and yeah, and it was just really weird because like a lot of the white people that they're interviewing, they're
Hmm.
mentioned because they asked who are some of your favorite YouTubers, and they're
Hmm.
mentioning people that I never even heard of before. I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
who? Like who is that? Like yeah. Like I don't, and they're naming them off quickly, and then they were like,
Right.
okay, so who are your some of favorite Asian YouTubers? And they were like, um,
Fine.
and I couldn't think of anyone. Yeah, and like it got me thinking. I was like, you know, you asked me that
Hmm.
question. Who are some of my favorite Asian YouTubers? And I could call Ghetto, David So Comedy, The Fun Bros,
Yep.
Asian Dang. Like I can go on and on and on. And
Yep.
but you asked me who are some of my favorite white YouTubers. I'm just like I have to really think about it. Like they're talking about why that is and everything, and I think it has a lot to do. I mean, you're naturally attracted to what you could relate to, I guess.
Uh-huh. Now that you mention it, if I were to think about my favorite YouTubers or the people who always appear on my sort of YouTube news feed, they are predominantly white. Is it because I like makeup and I like um yeah, makeup and covers, and for some odd reason there seem to be more whites on my subscription list. Hmm.
Oh wow.
I know some
Maybe that could.
Asian ones, but then I don't religiously follow them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's probably just because of like, cause like you said, like you're into makeup and stuff, so that's probably what you. And granted, I mean,
Hmm.
I think that's probably what mainly like the white population puts out is stuff like on that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So that's
Hmm.
probably why that's you're running into more subscribers that are white because of what you're into.
Probably. But
So
then you
that
have
makes
those like One Love Superwoman, who I guess she's still Asian, right?
yeah, she's Indian, which is
Yeah.
Asian. But yeah, she's like I like her. She's funny. She's actually done a
She
video with
is.
Timothy. She did a video with Timothy DeLaGhetto.
I think I saw that one. Wait, did
That
I?
was how
No,
girl how
something about boyfriend girlfriend kind of thing. Was it that one?
yeah yeah
Yes, I saw that. It wasn't too long ago.
how
That was funny.
how women forgive versus how men forgive. Yeah
We're such super manipulators.
yeah I
It's
know.
amazing. Sorry, guys. It's just I don't know.
That's why.
We were
That's
taught
why.
it in the cradle.
That's why I always say like women are so much more smarter than guys are. Like, because women know
But
how to manipulate us.
but the hard part is to make you think that you are smarter than us. It was all your idea. It didn't come
Oh
from
yeah,
us.
that's true. That is true. Like, yeah. That's why it kind of makes me wonder if I really did come up with the idea for this show. Or maybe you and Kiana are just letting me think I did.
We'll never know, David. But what's for sure is you initiated it.
Yeah. At least that's what you want me to think, right?
That is the truth.
But yeah, so it was kind of interesting though. It was just got me like just thinking about, and then they're also they also were talking about like because there is one thing that they found that unifies all YouTubers, no matter if they're Asian, white, or whatever,
Okay.
and that's YouTubers don't like Viners, and Viners don't like YouTubers.
Okay.
That was
I
another thing that they
wouldn't
asked.
mind it. I don't really go for it either.
Yeah, I don't either. And like that was because that's another thing they asked them. They asked them what their thoughts were about Vine, and a
Yeah.
lot of them were saying Viners need to stay on Vine and YouTubers need to stay on YouTube.
We are not friends. You know, there's something called
Exactly.
Vue, I think. VUBE. I thought I saw. I guess it's like another YouTube, but then I see YouTube videos in there. It's really odd. What's
But yeah,
even
that is.
worse is that when I open the page, it's everything is in Malay, and I think like, okay, is this like a Malaysian? But then it's someone who I know is definitely not Malaysian, so it's really
Yeah,
confusing.
that is. Vube, you said it's called?
Yeah, VUBE. I think it's .com.
I gotta look that up now. View, but
Yeah,
I'll just
it
look it
pops
up.
up every time I open a Korean drama.
Huh. I'm gonna look that up
Mhm.
now, just to check it out.
Yep.
Don't worry, I'm still gonna stay on YouTube. YouTube is I guess, my home. I guess. So I'm still gonna stay loyal to YouTube. I'm just gonna check. I just want to check it out. I like to check out new things. So
Of course, we gotta keep up to date with what's going on on the other in the other playground.
yeah, I mean, like that saying, "Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer." Like,
Exactly. We
so just
gotta know.
exactly check them out, see what's going on over there, and maybe if like they're doing something, see if they're doing something that we're not. So and see if maybe we can incorporate it, and just to take
Hmm.
their viewers and bring them back to YouTube.
But I think it's actually YouTube videos on a different platform. It's just odd
Yeah.
and
I know,
confusing.
like,
Never mind.
I
Hmm.
know Vine. Like, I don't understand the point. Like, they asked this one. They're asking people to explain the difference between Vine and YouTube, and this guy, I think he said it perfectly. He
Okay.
said that Vine is pretty much
Uh-huh.
where people they have to try. They like a lot of Viners have to try. They try too hard because they have a short little time period, and like they have like 20
Oh.
or like a minute to make a video, so it'll be like outrageously funny. Just to
Okay.
just it takes them a lot longer to get a fan base. Whereas YouTube,
Oh.
make they can actually they can make a video as long as they want.
Of course. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'd want it, but I think the whole concept of Vine, the reason why they did that is because
Mhm.
to feed off of people, because people's attention span isn't really that long.
Yes.
So they make like a short, like minute or two video that
Hmm.
makes people laugh. I'm just like, that is,
Yes.
it's kind of enabling the whole short attention span thing, though. Like we should be trying to solve problems, not enable problems.
I guess maybe the other reason they did that was just because they don't have enough space. Because each video takes a lot of space in this. I don't know where they keep all this thing that we can't see called videos.
They actually have a room where like they have a room somewhere out in space where all your YouTube videos are.
Maybe right now it's on Mars, but I heard that they might be,
Moving to Venus?
exporting some of it to probably not Venus. They're going further away now, one by one, till they
Oh
go to
really?
Pluto, and then they'll go backwards towards the sun because it's a little hot there.
Oh wow. But if it goes towards the sun, then all of these are gonna be burnt up. That's gonna be
That's what I'm
sad.
saying. Yes,
I
that's the reason they
I think
decided to go further away from the sun.
to Pluto? Well, at least Pluto's gonna get some like acknowledgement because no one ever acknowledges Pluto. I always felt bad for Pluto because it's always
I
so
think at
far.
one point they were trying to say that Pluto was not a planet and it was actually a star or something like that, which is
Yeah,
just odd.
I've heard that, and I've also heard people say that Pluto's actually not the last planet in our solar system. There's actually one or two more
Another one?
planets after Pluto.
Uh-huh.
What?
I kind of heard another planet after Pluto, but it wasn't confirmed or whatever. Maybe it didn't meet the
Yeah, I don't think
requirements.
meet the requirements of actually being a planet.
They have a
I don't know what
checklist.
those.
Do you have a ring? What's your size? What kind of atmosphere do you have? Oh, this one is a no tick, no tick, no tick. You're not a planet. Sorry, mate.
It met like all five of the requirements or whatever, and it was just missing one. Would it be a planet or would it just be a
Mhm.
partial planet?
Maybe it's, a KIV. We'll review in 5 years' time if you become a planet or you don't.
Oh, so it'd be kind of like it'd be on a probation period. Like,
Yes.
we'll come back in 5 years to see if we can promote you to planet, and if not, then
Yeah.
sorry, kid.
You're just a bit of an asteroid. That's a little big. I can't
Yeah.
believe we're having this conversation.
I know, right? Wow. That
Alright,
is
let's get
completely.
back on track.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's like, what?
Yeah. Anyways, in dog shit news.
Dog shit news, okay. Right, carry
Yeah.
on.
This man named Antonio Romero was mistakenly
Mhm.
confused as a burglar when he cleaned out his car after his dog took a dump in his car.
Ouch. Okay.
Yeah, and apparently what happened was he was driving through a neighborhood and his dog took a dump in his
Mhm.
car. So instead of like pulling off to the side of the road, he pulled off into someone's driveway, just some random
Oops.
person's driveway. And he got out of the car. He was cleaning out of his car and everything. When this
Mhm.
woman comes home and she sees him in her driveway, she freaks
Okay.
out, calls the police, and
Mhm.
the police show up. She tells the police that this guy was like stealing stuff out of her house and stuff like that. And the police come up to him and they come up to him and they're holding rifles. They're
Whoa.
sticking him up with rifles, like telling him to get out of the car.
Right.
And after a brief interrogation, once the police realized what was going on, they apologized to him and they let him
Uh-huh.
go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I understand those people who if I were to come home and I saw someone in my driveway, I would freak out too. So I
Yeah.
guess that was his fault for parking in someone else's driveway. And if you see the owner come back, I mean, you should really immediately like let them know, hey, I'm so sorry, I need to clean out my car, but I'll clean up the mess and I won't leave anything in your driveway.
Well, what I don't understand is why he parked in the driveway. Why didn't he just park on the side of the road? Like,
Is
I
it a
think
very
that would
busy
have
road?
saved him. That would have no, it would have saved him a whole lot of unnecessary trouble. But I don't know. When I saw the article, like I saw the title, my
Mm-hmm.
first thought was, this is either a black
Uh-huh.
guy or a Mexican.
David!
Well, because because generally, like here in America, like
Mhm.
that seems to be who would be confused
I'm losing
as a
you.
burglar. Like they like
Uh-oh.
that's
Hello? David, you're
they would
sounding a little
stigma. They'd be the
robotic.
ones here.
They'll be the ones what?
Can you hear me?
David? I heard you say, can you hear me?
Yeah. You can hear me
Okay, now
now.
I hear you.
All right. So
Okay.
anyways, here in America, they're the ones who, because they have a negative stigma on them, like black men and
Oh,
Hispanic men. So
yeah.
they're the ones who generally, it seems like they'd be the ones confused as burglars for doing something harmless. And
Oh.
like, so that was my first thought when I heard that. I was like,
Mhm.
Antonio Romero, Hispanic guy,
Ah. Kind of.
and yeah, he would be
What? Sorry?
that queen, and yet people still have to deal with serial.
David, I'm kind of losing you again. David, don't go! I can't hear you. Hello? David? David, are you there? I don't hear you right now.
Hear me?
Uh-oh. Okay, now I heard you. I heard you say, hear me.
What? Oh no.
I kind of half hear you.
You half
Is it
hear me?
me? Yeah. Okay, I heard you there.
You hear me
Let's try
now?
that again. Okay, I hear you now. It was just a little choppy, so I missed a few words
You
here and
hear
there.
me now?
Yep, I hear you now.
Okay. Well, I was pretty much just saying, like, it is tragic that we live in 2014 and
Hmm.
people still have to deal with negative stereotypes like that.
I think it's worldwide. It's human nature. We just can't help it when we think that a certain image or a certain type of people are always connected with a certain how do I say this? Something that they do. So, I mean,
Yeah.
whenever you see them, you just automatically think, oh, that kind of person, they might do this. They're more likely to do that.
Yeah,
It just happens
that's
everywhere,
true.
and I don't know
It's
how.
like it's a lot easier to
Mhm.
compart compartmentalize, take people on an individual basis.
Yeah,
Because
just
if you
generalize on
compartmentalize
everybody.
them, yeah, if you compartmentalize them, then
Hmm.
figure them out. You already have an idea of who they are. Whereas if you actually take them on an individual basis,
Hmm.
then it's a lot more difficult to actually know where this person's coming from and stuff like that.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
so I
at
mean,
first
I
glance,
understand
you just,
what
uh-huh. At first
I
glance, you're just
understand
like,
why people.
sorry. Go ahead, David.
Sorry. I was gonna say I understand why people do that, but I still think it's wrong.
Mm, I probably can't help it. I
Mm.
mean, whenever I see somebody, I will always have a preconceived idea even before I talk to them. I'll be like, okay, they're wearing that kind of clothes, they are bringing that kind of accessories, they walk in a certain way, they talk a certain way. Then I kind of just like create my own idea of what they're going to be like when it could be totally wrong.
Yeah,
I've had people tell me that
that's a,
before they talk to me, they thought I'm uh, a bit of a snob because
uh,
I can dress up a little bit when I go to work, so not too much, but my style is a little different from most of the others. So they think that, okay, she looks like, spoiled brat kind of girl. But then when they start talking to me,
Yeah,
they'll be like, actually, she's really friendly. So they have their own ideas. People just can't help it. It's human
that's
nature,
true.
I guess. Mm.
I've had people tell me that like they thought I was like really conceited, which is actually kind of
Mhm.
true. I am conceited, but like especially like that part like I'm not gonna deny. Like I am like vanity is one of my weaknesses.
One of mine too. You're not alone.
Well, that's good. I think that's why the three of us get along so well because all three of us tend to be vain.
The vein
Oh, speaking
club.
about that, speaking about that, you guys probably noticed that Kiana's not with us this week. It's just me and Nadia. Like I know this is probably a little late to bring this up, but Kiana needed just some time to herself for right now because she's been feeling a little overwhelmed with stuff lately. So she just needed some time to for herself. But she does plan on coming back. So yeah, just keep her in your thoughts and prayers, and hopefully she comes back soon.
Yep. 'Cause I'm gonna be
Yeah.
away
We
next
miss you,
week.
Kiana.
We do. It's not the
Wait, what?
same.
It really isn't. It's never the same when there's only two. When there's only the two of us.
Yes.
Like,
Okay,
yeah.
Tanya is watching. Hi, Tanya. Tanya from Music Driven, and she's
Oh.
wondering about the delay. Uh, what is the delay? I guess, let me just say Music Driven, and if you type it, I'll be able to tell how long the delay is. So, Music Driven.
Music driven.
Tanya still
Oh,
hasn't typed it yet, so I'm not sure if she's watching the video from the start or if she's watching a live version, but never mind, she'll get back to me.
okay. And I would like
uh,
to just put a reminder out there again for all our viewers. The Q&A session is on, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to post a question. Or if you want to join us via tele, like the phone number is on the bottom of the screen. So yeah, you guys can call that number and we'll get you on speakerphone. You can join our discussion.
yes, do that.
Yes.
It would be
So
fun to
call.
have, a caller actually calling in.
Exactly.
Tanya, just so you know, I just saw you type music driven. So it's a really long delay on your end.
That is wow. Alright, so anyways, in
Yep.
shock me news. New
Shocking news.
study
Okay.
no, shock me news.
Oh, shock me. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
New study finds that most people would rather be shocked than to sit still for 15 minutes and be forced to think with absolutely no stimulus. And the
What
age
do they
range,
mean by no stimulus?
like nothing, like that you just sit there. That's all. You just sit there
You
for
have to
15
be
minutes.
blank.
Yeah, pretty much for 15 minutes.
That's so hard.
And the age range that they tested these people was 18 to 77 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Like, if people would rather be shocked than to sit still for, like, honestly, I wouldn't mind just sitting there for 15 minutes. Like, I don't understand why people wouldn't want to just sit there and just relax for 15 minutes.
No, your brain just keeps working. I mean, if they were, I have days when I'm so tired, all I want to do is just sleep, and then my brain starts thinking, oh, tomorrow what are we gonna wear to work? What are we gonna have for breakfast? What did I pack up that thing to bring to office? Or that letter? Did I type it with a capital T or with a small t? Was there a space in between? And I turn over like, oh my god, why am I not sleeping yet? Oh, I need to sleep. There's only several more hours that I need to wake up. And then I was like, no. The fact that I'll try to just keep my mind blank, and it's so hard. You should try it, David. try to keep a blank mind. Let's like no thought whatsoever. It's
Well,
almost impossible.
well, no, they could think. Their mind doesn't have to be blank. They just can't have any stimulus, like outside stimulus.
That means
Yeah,
no one talking to them,
yeah, no one talking to them. They can't
no
be watching.
distraction.
Yeah, no distractions. They can't be watching anything. They just sit there and just think.
Oh, so basically they're like in a little cell all on their own with nothing, no view, no sound, nothing.
Pretty much.
Is that
And
it?
how they did this was, yeah, they put them in a room, I guess, where they just sat there and they were supposed to sit there for 15 minutes. And
Mm-hmm.
most of them, like, 15 minutes, they cracked and they're like, I can't do it anymore. And I'm
Well,
just like,
15 minutes is rather
that is,
long. I
I don't know.
mean,
I would probably, honestly, if I was there, I'd probably just fall asleep.
David, that beats the whole purpose. You're
Yeah, I wouldn't
supposed
be
to
able to
sit
help it
there
though.
awake. You failed
I wouldn't be
the
able to
test.
help. I wouldn't be able to help it though. I'd just be sitting there and I'll be like, and just fall asleep.
In my case, I'll probably sit there and sit there and sit there, and then after 2 minutes, I'll be like, "Oh my God, how many minutes have passed?" And then I'll probably get up and walk around, which I probably shouldn't
Well, no, you
do
can't walk
because
around.
you can walk around. Can you walk
No, you have to
around?
just sit there.
See?
No,
Can't. We're
like,
back
see,
to
and I
short
think,
attention spans and ADHD.
yeah, that's just that. I guess that's like a ADHD is worldwide apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because it it just really it's really crazy like how people today like people today have over that I think this test stuff like how people today are overactive. They have overactive minds and like it's like no one want like if you can't even sit still for 15 minutes, that's pretty. I think that's pretty bad. Like
We've gotten so
honestly,
used
I
to
think
multitasking and things like that. Even if you're sitting down watching a movie, you might actually take out your phone and check if you've got a text message, if you've got an email, and things like that.
yeah.
There's
See,
no reason why.
I could sit still for 15 minutes. I would love to be able to just sit still for 15 minutes just to relax. But like I said,
Mhm.
like I would, yeah.
You know, true story. I went for a facial. The first time I went for a facial, after they put on your mask, they'll cover your eyes with cotton wool, and then the lady leaves the room to let you rest. There's no stimulation. Except there's just like this really soft music going on in the background, but basically I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? Why am I not falling asleep? When is this gonna be over? And then I'll actually succumb and take off
Wow.
my eye cotton wool thing and look at my phone because it's so boring.
Wow. Yeah.
Can't. Not for me.
The dentist was operating on my mouth. I think what were they? Oh, they're filling a cavity, and and true story, I ended up falling asleep while he was filling my cavity. Like I fell asleep.
Oh my, I can never sleep at the dentist.
Like I don't.
It's
I was
just
like, I
scary.
guess. Oh, hey, hello.
Phone call?
Hello, this is Tanya on Music Driven.
Oh,
Hi, Tanya!
Hi, Nadia. How are you?
I'm good. I actually get to hear you this time.
Yeah. I can hear a little bit, but I'm trying to hear everything. That
Oh,
is
okay.
so because I've not ever gotten a chance to do this. I figured I'd call in.
yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
How are you doing, David?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm getting there, slowly but surely.
That's good.
It's funny because I'm looking at the screen and you were just answering me and waving to me now, Nadia.
Oh.
So we got a slight delay there.
Yeah, there is quite
Thank
a
you so
delay.
much for calling in, Tanya. That's so fun.
Yay! I figured I'm not doing a whole heck of a lot right this very, very second. And I wanted to call in because I wanted to be able to do the show with you at some point, but there's been a lot of stuff going on my end. And so I haven't gotten an opportunity to hook up with you and talk about it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You're more than welcome to join anytime.
I know I really appreciate the offer.
Yeah.
And just so you know, everybody, Tanya's a really awesome singer. She's so soulful. You better check her out sometime.
Did you start with me, miss?
It seems like everybody on Music Vegan is so modest.
I think because I like to make people feel better, I don't do it for the accolades, I don't want to be out there and be famous and all that stuff. I don't like that.
You just do it because you love to do it.
Exactly. And I like to teach my kids at school.
Oh.
I'm not a teacher. I'm a before lunch and after school program supervisor, but
wow.
I also volunteer in the school that my son went to since he was in kindergarten. He's now going into grade 10. Love it, that guy mold. Anyways, I volunteer in the music and drama department, so I get to teach the kids some of the things that I would love to do if I didn't have my son to take all my time, which I absolutely enjoy and love, and I'm so blessed to be able to have.
So fun, Tanya. I wish I could be in your class.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
It really is.
By the way, so just for the viewers to know, where are you calling from, by the way? I see it's.
Oh, I'm calling from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada.
Oh wow, nice.
Canada.
Canada. How's the weather up there?
Well, it's actually a little bit warm. Let me just check what the actual temperature is. It's 24 degrees Celsius, and it is just getting ready to rain soon.
Wait, so 24 degrees, what's that in Fahrenheit?
I'm going to tell you. Hold on just a second. Let me just think here.
I'm really bad at converting.
I know. I have a lot of friends that say the same thing. I'm like, okay, just a second. Let me see if the thing will do it. Because I know there's a way you're supposed to add times 2 at 30. I can't remember. Hold on. Let me see if I can change it.
Let me just Google it.
I keep forgetting that.
To Fahrenheit.
America's the only country that's not on the metric system.
Yeah, you guys are totally imperial.
Yeah.
Tanya, you said it was 24 degrees Celsius, right?
Pardon me?
You said it was 24 degrees Celsius?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that is 75.2 Fahrenheit.
Oh wow, so it's actually really nice.
That is nice. The only thing is we've been having thunderstorms, and with the thunderstorms come, humidity, and so right now it's 12:23 and it feels like 27 degrees.
Wow.
And when the storm comes through, then it'll probably be, dropping quite rapidly. They're saying that there's going to be rain in 85 minutes, according to AccuWeather.com.
Wow.
Is AccuWeather.com very accurate?
I think, because it's connected to the satellites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's more accurate than the weatherman.
I know. The thing about AccuWeather, for some strange reason, because Mississauga is so big, Mississauga is the 6th largest city in Canada.
Wow.
And because it's so big, it'll say it's it's going to rain in like 5 minutes, and I'm closing all the windows, and all of a sudden I look outside and it's not raining, and it's because Mississauga is so big that it's raining somewhere else in Mississauga, just not in my neck of the woods, because I'm like in the north of Mississauga.
Okay, that makes sense. So
Wow, that's
like
interesting.
if it says it's gonna rain, you probably just wait for a little while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it depends on where we're going. Like when we take my son to soccer, he's into the central part of Mississauga, and when we get in the car and drive to where he's going, it'll be no rain, no nothing. We still have to come home and water our grass. Meanwhile, he's practicing soccer in like torrential downpour. It's wonderful.
Wow.
Right.
That's crazy.
I think it's kind of like in Malaysia, because we've had these travel times where you're in the car, you're driving, and it's perfectly sunny 1 second, and then all of a sudden it's super gray, and then it pours with rain, and the next moment it's clear again.
Well,
Kind of a feeling it sounds like where you are.
We have that same problem in Colorado. Like that's where I'm from, is Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Right.
Like I think Colorado's definitely not that big, but I think the issue there is because our weather is so random. Like you can so you could literally drive through one part of Colorado Springs and it'll be downpouring, and then like you turn around the corner and it's sunshine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it's so funny because when last week we were having our first long portion of sun, because we've had a really, really rainy summer this year. So there was one day that we went to the store and I totally forgot something. I wanted to barbecue some burgers. I love barbecue. And so my hubby was out in the front in the garage, and I was out in the back, and I was about to barbecue, and the storm clouds were coming in, and my son was going to go back and go get the buns. I totally forgot to buy them.
Oh, wow.
And so I said, you know what, you can't go because I just saw lightning, I just saw thunder, I just saw all of it. You can't go, not yet. Wait until a little bit later. And then my hubby comes inside and he's like, well, why didn't he go? And I was like, well, didn't you see the storm? He's like, no, I went to the front door, blue skies, beautiful clouds, at the front of my house. The back of my house looks like just before, Dorothy flies into the house looks like when she landed in, the on the Yellow Brick Road. It's
wow.
the prettiest thing in the world.
Oh, wow.
So it was like, and the whole storm passed by the back of my house only.
Oh,
and
wow.
It touched the front of my house. So my hubby's in the garage, working away. Nothing's wrong. Didn't turn up the windows on the cars or anything like that. And I'm in the back going, I gotta close the barbecue. I gotta get my umbrella out because I love to barbecue in the snow and the rain. And
no.
It was just weird.
Yeah, that is really weird. Okay, so 2 questions for you.
Talk.
First question, because since you're calling from Canada, are you being charged for this call?
Well, I bought a phone card. I don't usually make long distance calls, even though my family lives a long distance call away. I bought a phone card, but I haven't been using it because I have this thing. I don't know if you guys have it in the States. It's called Yak.
Yeah, we have Yak.
You have Yak.
Yeah.
So anytime I call my family, and it's like you dial 10, 10, 9, 25, and it will be like nothing on your phone, right? So I can call and speak to my mom or my sisters or my brothers for like hours, and I'll only be charged like, about $1, if that.
Wow.
And yeah, it's awesome.
Maybe I should get that.
Well, I bought the phone card because I was at school one day and I wanted to call my brother, and so I bought a phone card online. I usually get the CC. It's how I used to do call my family before Yak.
Yeah.
And so I got a CC card, and just after I paid for it online, my principal said, "Oh, just use the phone and call your family." And I'm like, "Shut up!" So I bought a phone card for absolutely no reason.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
just sitting there the whole time. So I ended up
Oh, wow. All right, so
Find a use for it, Tanya.
my second question has to do with the last article that we were talking about. And
Okay.
I like, would you rather be shocked or to sit still and do nothing for 15 minutes? No stimulus
Okay.
or anything. No outside stimulus. You just have to sit still and just think for 15 minutes.
Okay, so I've had both situations, and I don't mind either. If I'm sitting and just like either meditating or just being quiet with myself, I don't mind doing that at all. I can actually tune out the world and just be one with myself.
Yeah.
If in other situations, oh yeah, shock me. However, I don't have one choice or another. I know how to calm myself, and I know if I'm going to bed at night, it's just I was hearing Nadia. I just watching her scream. Oh, it's so cool.
I need therapy.
Sorry, that's so new. But if you want to ever calm yourself, Nadia, I heard you saying that you can't, when you lay down, you are always thinking about, did I cross that T, did I dot that I? If you ever want to just calm yourself while you're lying in bed and trying to go to sleep and trying to tune out the world and whatever your stuff was for the day, what you're supposed to do is keep a pad of paper and a pen or pencil beside your bed. Write down everything that you think that is like if it's on your mind right now, and then you lie down and you just repeat the number 1, and you repeat it over and over again, and it will come to you, and it will help you go to sleep and get everything off of your mind.
Huh.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Thank you, Tanya.
Yeah,
I will try that if I can't sleep.
That's a good idea.
No, it sucks.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you just like repeat the number 1 to you over and over and over?
You repeat the number 1, or you do it in your mind and just focus on the number 1. It's very straight, it's very linear, and it's just, it keeps everything out of your mind. You focus on the number 1. You don't have to say the word. You just focus and repeat it in your mind, 1, 1, 1, until you can actually just see the number 1. And if you want that number 1 to disappear, you just think of nothing after that, and it just disappears. So your mind blacks out, and more than likely you'll fall asleep.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. That just reminded me of like the call options, like when it says dial 1 for this.
That just came into my head too.
You know, I called the French embassy yesterday, and they were like, they started talking in French, and I was like, what the? And
when I was calling on the phone card, that's exactly what happened. If you'd like to, for English, please press 1. For Français, numéro 2. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Exactly.
So you know, like our options would be like press 1 for English, and then like for Spanish, and in Spanish.
Yeah. Well, our second language here in Canada is French.
Yeah.
And so my son's in French immersion and now speaks like fluent French. He thinks in French, which kind of freaks me out. When he talks to me in French, and I only understand about 70% of it because I took it to grade 13. Many years ago.
Yeah.
So,
I actually took a French class back in high school because it was either I had a choice to either take French or Spanish, and I was like, I don't want to take Spanish, so I'll take French.
French is a cool language, but it's hard like nobody's business because it absolutely makes no sense, and you have to memorize all of the verb and their tenses.
I thought
and the genders as well, right?
I thought it was a lot easier. I thought it was a lot easier than Spanish, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never taken Spanish, but I took French to grade 13 back in the days that they had grade 13. And I took Latin for a semester. And that helps you understand a whole lot of other languages. Every once in a while, I'll hear somebody speaking in another language, and it's like I'll catch the odd word. It's like, oh, I know that word. Oh, I know that word. But you can't keep up with their conversation because I'm not that good.
That's how I feel like whenever I hear my mom speaking in Chinese back, like when she calls like her family back home in Taiwan, and I hear her speaking Chinese, I pick up like words here and there, so I get the general understanding of what they're talking about. But like they speak way too fast for me to actually like understand what they're saying. I'm just like, forget it. Well, while you're here, you could probably join us because I have one more story, and then we're gonna go into Nat Buzz. Like, so in screwed up parenting news, like this. Nadia, are you there?
Yes, okay. I'm here.
Alright, so screwed up parenting news. This Chinese dad allowed his son to drive his car around a freeway, and he recorded him while his son was making all kinds of illegal turns and driving on the wrong side of the road too. And his defense, his defense was there's nothing wrong with what I did.
Oh please.
There's no what?
Oh please of all. How old was he?
The son in the video, the son looked like maybe he was like 10.
That's so young.
Yeah, he looked like, I don't know for a fact, but he looked really young.
Okay, fact of the matter is, prior to a child being old enough to be able to drive, their manual dexterity and their understanding of a vehicle is not enough for them to be able to drive a vehicle. I'm saying that based on the fact that when I was younger, my father had me driving all kinds of stuff. Because he owned a mechanic shop, and he would say, okay, go and get, like, and it would be all on his own property, go and get the truck and put it on the hoist. And, you know, I was not the tallest or the biggest kid in the entire world, but it was a small amount of space. He showed me how to do it beforehand, and I was driving on his property. And so I was shown how to do it. I would never take a vehicle outside of that space and say, yeah, Daddy taught me how to drive, let me just get on the road.
Yeah. Well,
scary thing.
The dad was in the car with his son, but I think he was like in the back seat, and he was just recording his son.
Duck.
Yeah.
First of all, don't record it.
Yeah.
That's just a boneheaded thing to do. I know a lot of people that let their children drive before their time, but they are not recording it. They're sitting in this passenger seat. They're doing it on days that are not, you know, a lot of traffic. But to have your child do illegal turns and all kinds of nonsense, and then record that and think, no, stop the car, think about what we're doing. You need to be preparing that child to be able to do these things.
Well, that and Chinese people can't drive anyways. Like I could say that, like like Chinese people can't drive.
David, I've been in a car with my Chinese friends. They drove quite well. I'm still alive.
Well, you're very fortunate. Like, but if you actually just do a quick YouTube search of people driving in China, we can't.
It's not pretty.
Yeah, it's not. Okay. We can't drive.
Let me tell you a little something. I have a sister-in-law who's Chinese, and so my nieces are also, and her family, and they're all pretty good drivers. That being said, I've seen bad drivers in every walk of life, and Canada used to have this show called Canada's Worst Driver.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was so bad. I want you to look it up on YouTube. Go ahead. Do it. It will mess up your world. These were grown people. that were given driver's license.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. But they were given driver's license.
Yeah.
Somebody was at the end of their shift and realized I got to give one more driver's license, and this is the person that got in the car, and therefore you're it. Tag.
Yeah.
You're it.
That's how I feel. Because if you look up driving in China, it's the same thing. Like these are grown ass people, and it is insane. It's like who taught these people to drive? Like I mean, I've seen like Chinese people in like America or like North America, like over on this side that could drive, and I'm thinking maybe that's probably because they learn how to drive out here. Like,
Right.
but
right, it's true.
in China though, like yeah, they can't drive at all. Like,
That's a scary concept.
I mean, I know a lot of Asians here in America that can't even drive.
I think they.
I know a lot of people that can't drive, and I don't know why they gave them a driver's license.
That's true.
I've heard
Yeah,
that.
that's the one. That's the one stereotype. What?
Sorry?
What were you saying, Nadia?
I was saying that there's a region in some part of KL where it borders on one side it's like really modern kind of buildings and everything. On the other side, it's sort of like a suburb already. For some odd reason, it's just like a switch. And the moment you step into that suburban kind of area, nobody follows any road rules. This is what I've been told. So whether the lights are red or it's green or whatever, you just go at whatever speed you want to do, whatever you want to do. It's basically, it's like a free country. There are no rules at that point.
Wow, that's kind of scary. I know in Germany, there's a highway that I forgot what it's called, but there's no speed limit on that highway.
You mean the Autobahn?
Yeah, yeah. There's no speed limit on the Autobahn. Thank you.
The thing about it is, I watched the other day, somebody put on my Facebook a video about a guy that thought it was a good idea to drive his truck, his pickup truck, down a residential road, open the front door of his vehicle, and try to climb out while the truck is careening down the road.
Oh my gosh.
Now, he realized that he's too far out now, and his car is moving toward a light pole. So he jumped out of the truck, and the truck slammed into the pole. This was a grown man, and his friend was videotaping this. It's a situation where that's what I mean, come on. That is just the silliest thing I've ever seen in my entire existence. Why would you destroy your own truck? Exactly. You have nobody in the truck. It's driving at a decent rate of speed. We're talking about 40 kilometers an hour. I don't know what that is. Probably about 20 or 30 is there. But it was going at a decent rate of speed. And even at a slow speed, a car or a vehicle of any size can do serious damage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why would you then take yourself and put yourself on the outside with no closeness to the steering wheel whatsoever? It's the silliest thing I've ever seen in my life. So now, he's got to explain to his insurance company.
Oh.
He had to explain to his insurance company what?
Yeah. Well, he's got to explain to his insurance company exactly what happened. Because his friend uploaded that video and it went viral.
That is crazy.
Now you explain.
That was really thoughtless.
Not only that, but he also put other people at danger too, because anybody could have walked out at any moment, and there'd be no way he could stop his truck or turn it. So.
Thank you. There were pieces of his truck flying off the side. It was completely a residential area. Completely residential. It backed on. It was the little boulevard, the sidewalk, people's front lawns.
Wow.
And you thought this was a good idea.
What's wrong with these
Wow.
people? What do they have in their brains at that moment? What
People are just
motivated them to try such, I don't know, immature
people
thing?
just get bored and they do stupid stuff. Like I remember back when I was in juvenile detention, like I'm not proud of this, but we got a bunch of us got bored, and because there was nothing for us to do, so
Hmm.
we actually someone had the like we had the bright idea like because the place had like the huge commercial dryers, so we had the bright idea to take rides in the commercial dryer.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
We
I'm
would
sorry.
have.
Because I've always wanted to.
Wait, I'm imagining a huge clothes
That's what
dryer.
my son said.
Do I have
Oh
that
my
right?
gosh.
Yeah, I did it one time, and it was the scariest thing I ever did in the world. And I was like, nope, I'm never doing this again. We did it the way we do it. One person would go in the dryer. There would be someone standing outside the dryer, and like they'd close it. And if you like, you'd be in there, and as soon as you wanted out, you just like knock on the door, and they'd let you out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, the ones that we have here, even if you open them, they keep going.
Really?
Fat chance that you get now, baby. That's why I didn't want to do it.
Yeah. No, the ones here, as soon as you
I was
open
a
it,
psychotic teenager too.
yeah.
I only
Yeah,
put my
as
head in the washing machine, but it wasn't on. I wouldn't go in.
Alright. Well, yeah, the washing machine would be different because there's no way you can open that up.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you can, but because you press down the button while it's open. But that's beside the point. When I was little, when we were little, we used to hide in the dryer. We were pushing hide and seek, but I mean, nobody turned it on. Nobody off, right? So, but I always looked at those commercial dryers because we always grew up with a washer and dryer. But if ever you had a breakdown during the time that you're getting it fixed or buying a new one, you'd go to the laundromat, and I always used to look at them and think, I could so fit in that. Open it and it keeps going, and you just, I guess it's probably because they want to run out your money at the time that you put. So as it's spinning, if you forgot, oh, I didn't throw in this, then you can open it, throw it in, and close it while it's still going. So your money would keep going out, but it would keep going. So,
Yeah, see the dryers here, like when you put your money in, like if you open it, it'll stop, but as soon as you close it again, it resumes back where it was at. It keeps going.
Yeah, ours are like not so much like that, and that would kind of suck because you open it and there's no reprieve, and so you get to scream at your friends while you are being spun, and
Yeah.
and spun.
Yeah, and then they have to try and pull you out because I'm pretty sure it'll be hard to like crawl out while you're still spinning.
But the dryer would be heated, right? I mean,
yeah.
wouldn't it get really hot in there?
Yeah.
Extremely, excessively.
Yeah. It actually it gets so hot you could pop popcorn.
Dude, oh my gosh, I'm gonna pop popcorn in my dryer.
Like that's another thing that we did, like because every Friday night we would have movie night and they'd give us the staff would give us popcorn, and one night they gave us the popcorn but they wouldn't allow us in the office so we could pop it in the microwave. So one of the guys on my unit had the bright idea to go into the laundromat and pop his popcorn. He comes walking out with a full bag of popcorn that's popped. And we're like, dude, how'd you do that? He was like, I used the dryer. So the next thing you know, every single one of us is going into the laundry room one by one to pop popcorn.
That is hilarious. See, you know what? Can I ask you a question? How old were you when you were doing this?
I was like 16.
I can do that now.
What?
And I'm not 16.
I would probably do it if I was in a position where, but I don't know. I ate so much popcorn back then that I'm kind of sick of popcorn now.
Well, I'd so do it. I'd so do it like right now. I'd go downstairs right now, and my son would probably look at me and say, "I'm doing that too." And then, yeah, my hubby would come home and say, "What are you guys doing?" No, I'm not gonna.
Well, if you do, just
I'd love to do it.
blame it on me if he questions.
I will totally blame it on you.
All right.
I will
It was David.
His name is David. He lives in Lake Colorado Springs, and he gave me this idea. It was totally me. Totally me.
Yeah.
I'm not even 16 times 2. I'm more than that. Let's just put that out there for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh, that's scary.
But yeah, like back to the article, like I just thought it was funny, like his defense, like I mean, he said like there's nothing wrong with what I did because the road was empty. I was like that is just superb logic right there.
That's not an excuse, because the fact of the matter is, as I said before, a vehicle is a very large and dangerous machine if you do not know how to use it properly. And a child can panic in any situation, and as you said that he was making all kinds of illegal turns and doing all kinds of different stuff, and if he gets if the car goes out of control, he could roll it, he could run it into a solid object, and they could both be killed or very, very badly injured. And here in Canada, if you're a child under the age of 16 and you're driving, you could lose the ability to get your driver's license until after you're 21.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, why is it that you guys, and then, of course, if you're doing it with your parent, they could be charged for endangering a child.
Yeah. I didn't mention that this, I forgot to mention that this was taking place, that this was actually in China.
Okay, but
so,
that's just boneheaded.
Yeah, it is. But that kind of like, because we don't know the laws in China, so.
This is true, but
yeah.
I mean, dude, come on, he's little.
Yeah, I know. Like, I feel like that kind of reasoning though is common with a lot of Asian parents. Because I remember when I was younger, my mom took me to like this amusement park, and there was a ride that I wanted to ride. So I was like, "Mommy, like, can I ride that ride?" And my mom looked around, and she was like, "There's no one around." And she picked me over the red line, and she just set me in the ride.
My parents would never allow it. My sister had a driving license for 2 years before my dad let her drive across town on her own.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, he'd actually go with her, sit beside her until she gets to a destination and take a taxi home. That's how worried my dad was. And my sister was perfectly competent.
So they're just like really protective.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom was really protective too, but like she also, when it came to something like that, if there was no one around, she was like, all right.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't harm in it.
My dad, like, what were you saying, Nadia?
Sorry, Tanya, what did you say?
Oh, I thought you were saying something. No, my dad was actually the opposite. He was like, nope, you need to learn how to do this. He was one of those sink or swim kind of parents. Throw them in the water, and you either sink or swim. And, yeah. So,
see, my mom was afraid. My mom was afraid to do that to me, so I didn't actually learn to swim until I think I was like 13 years old was when I actually learned to swim.
Well, I used to be able to know how to swim. Like, I used to know how to swim when I was very, very young. But when I was 4, my dad and my entire family went up to a family friend's place who had a lake on his property. So my dad was taking my sister and I out for a canoe ride, and I was 4 and my sister was 2, and we were out there, and we didn't have any life jackets on. I mean, this was the early 70s. Nobody had life jackets. We didn't even have seatbelts in the car, but that's a different story entirely. So we were in the canoe, and Daddy was he was casting off, and when he got into the canoe, it tipped, and I was in the exact opposite end of him. So when it tipped over, so I flew through the air before I actually went into the water. And even though I knew how to swim, I guess the flying through the air kind of shocked me, and I started to sink. And ever since then, I've not been able to. So I can't swim very well at all. When I got to high school, it was mandatory, but you had to swim. I told them, listen, it's not going to work. And they're like, no, do the 10 minutes. So you take like a deep breath and you like float. And that so didn't happen. They kind of understood with me when I took the deep breath, did the star thing, and then my face, hit the bottom of the pool.
Oh no.
And they're like, yeah, you really don't float, do you?
So yeah, that's what I do. I don't swim. I just float. Like that's like I can't like I don't swim very well either. Like or if I do swim, I do like a frog kind of swim.
that doggy paddle thingy?
Yeah, kind of.
Or the one on your back?
No, like I swim under the water, I guess. I don't do the whole like how professional swimmers do. I do like under the water.
I do that too.
Yeah.
I do that too. Mostly because I do not float. Even when they said that if you're pregnant, then you float. Yeah, I tried going when I was pregnant with my son. Yeah, sunk to the bottom.
Really?
Like a stone. Sunk like a stone.
Oh wow.
And when I was a gymnast, we used to practice our dismounts off of the high board. Our coach happened to be the gymnastics coach and the swimming coach, so in the nighttime he would get some time in the swimming pool off of the high board. And I told him from the beginning, I can't swim, but if you fish me out, I'll practice my dismounts. And so he spent the first couple of weeks fishing me out, and then with that big long pole, and then after a while I figured out how to swim underwater to the side and got out of the pool.
Oh wow.
So that's how I swim. I dive in the deep end and then stand up.
Yeah. I think Nadia froze. Nadia, are you there?
Oh, she did freeze.
Yeah.
There's a picture of her there now, but that must have been for a little bit ago. Nadia?
Oh no.
She's gone. Aww. I hope she comes back. It's kind of late over there. It's almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Hold on, she's off of music driven too.
Really?
Yeah, she's not on there right now.
Oh no.
Oh well.
Well, I mean...
Does that mean it's over?
No, it's not over. Like, I'll wait a little bit longer and then...
Not a problem.
To see if she
comes. Do you have to go to work today?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Because I remember the last time you had to go to work.
Yeah, no, I don't have to go to work today. Like,
that's cool.
Hopefully she comes back. But yeah, I don't have any more stories. Like...
Well, did you guys talk about Robin Williams?
Yeah, we did.
I'm brokenhearted about that.
Yeah, I am too.
But I can't. Wow. I can't even wrap my brain around it.
Yeah, it's definitely really heartbreaking. I mean, Like I was blown away when I heard it.
Well, I just lost a friend to leukemia, and I just posted that on my Facebook, and I came back because I sent another friend a message on Facebook with the information of the funeral arrangements and stuff like that, and I came back and I saw that, and I couldn't even process it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't even process it because
Yeah.
this has definitely been a very, very good distraction
Yeah.
having me on your show because I kind of needed that.
Well,
But
yeah.
that's.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you for having me. It was like so Tuesday, but some I think it's 12 o'clock.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
11 o'clock too. So I will definitely come back and hang out with you guys a little bit again.
Yeah.
Hello. David? Are you there? Tanya? David? Are you there? Am I here? I have no idea what this is recording right now. It's so weird. Okay, it says I've got 2 viewers. Oh wait, maybe one of them is me. Hello? Am I here? Am I not here? This is so odd. David, can you see or hear me? Okay. Let me try something. Let me try this. Sync now. Come on. Just open my inbox. How on earth do I see my mail? Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but this is so weird. David, can you hear me? Can you see me? Anything? Honestly, I don't know what's being recorded right now. So odd. David, am I here? Am I not here? This is so odd. So sorry, everybody, about technical difficulties. I can't hear David now. Honestly, I don't understand why it's happening. I lost my internet connection, and I'm not sure what it's showing right now. Yeah. Mm. Lovely. I think my internet's just being mean. It's jealous. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to see if I can get into Hangout through my phone. If they'll make it any better. But unfortunately, I didn't set anything up on my new phone, so I don't know what's. It's gonna take a while. Okay, hang on. going to type this. Tanya, I'm going to type this and at the same time I'm asking this. Can you see or hear both me and David? Because I can't hear David. Here, I see your picture. Hang on 1 second, everybody. Bear with me. Oh, okay. Very odd. Not inviting me. So odd. I don't know what's happening. Right. We are ending the show. This is too weird. This is like a silent show.